Anyway, starting hopefully in January, we're going to be having a lot more specific kind of a way of going about the lessons. At the beginning of the month, the teacher will post what the month's lesson is going to be. So there will be one lesson each month. So if you're applying for a teaching position, you can plan yourself 12 lessons and you'll have an entire year's worth of material. So, I mean, that'll make it really easy. I personally would do that if it were me. You know, at least have a couple backed up so you don't have to scramble in case you get busy or whatever. So we'll have a lesson lasting an entire month. What's probably going to happen is, I don't know. See, we've kind of gone back and forth. I was talking with a lot of the staff people about this. A few of the suggestions I got were to have one board inside for the actual instructions for the lesson and leave that just as itself. So no one will reply to that. It'll just be like an informational board. And then have the second board inside be for the actual role-playing inside the classroom and all that. So that is actually a really good idea, I thought, because then people won't have to look through, 500 pages of one lesson to figure out what the heck's going on. So you'll be able to refer to that and jump right in and post in your lesson. So the way, I'm reading over my notes right now again. The way we'll probably work it is we'll have the lesson beginning, at the first of the month. We'll say, the first 2 weeks of the month, you don't actually have to participate in the lesson. You can read it, see what it's about, spend your free time. A lot of people do this where like they open up their Microsoft Word and copy and paste things into it. So even if they're not able to be on the internet, if they have their computer with them, they can work on whatever the lessons are and then copy and paste it back into the site once you're able to get online. So it'll pretty much be, if you haven't posted by the 25th or so of each month, you'll receive a detention right off the bat. I mean, that's pretty much, we'll give you until the last day of the month, usually the 30th or 31st, however many days there are, but we're going to start looking around the 25th to see who has and hasn't posted, making notes. I've got a couple of people that are going to be helping me issue a lot more detentions right now because we haven't, really been following through with that since it's been so flaky with our teachers and stuff. So basically, it's not difficult. I mean, I believe there's 6 required classes, and we've got, I want to say, another 6 electives. So you only need to pick one elective. You can go to as many as you want, but so you figure there's only 7 classes you need to do, and you have an entire month to do, all of the lessons for that. So, and actually, now that I think about it, I think we might even have less classes going on than that. I might have done away with some of them. Anyway, I'm rambling. There's the sugar kicking in again. So, the only other thing going on with lessons starting in January, we're going to be doing field trips. So that'll be something fun. Maybe every other month or, every other lesson. If the lesson gets done really early, everybody's done it and it's over and people are getting bored, we can go ahead and stick some of these in between. I've got a whole bunch of them planned. Basically, it'll be like for potions class, you could take a field trip into the Ministry of Magic. Go into, I'm not sure which floor it is because I don't have my computer open right now, but you can go into whatever floor inside there that deals with the approval of new potions, things like that, so you can see, a potion being made by professionals or something along those lines. It'll just be fun. Care magical creatures, maybe you can go on a field trip and, visit a dragon reserve or something like that. Anyway. That'll be in January. You got a lot of time for that. Turn the page. Jobs. This is a big thing right now. We've gone ahead. A lot of people, some of our more active members have had like multiple jobs, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 jobs. Head of house, head girl, head boy, prefect. Those don't count against you as jobs. Those are actually just things that I've assigned to you. And that's not part of your actual job. So don't worry about that if you're prefect and you have 1 job. That doesn't mean you're maxed out. But you're only going to be allowed to have 2 jobs at the most. I prefer people to pick only 1 job and go from there. There's always little places you can fill in and help out around the site if you're bored, if you need something else to do. But people have been taking on a lot more than they can handle. Things are getting behind, so basically 1 job per person, 2 jobs is your max. So if you have more than 2 jobs right now, as you've seen in the message that I sent out, you need to send me a message. Let me know which jobs you want to keep, which ones you're going to get rid of. I'm going to go about another week before I update the job list. So right now, the list of available jobs is not actually current. There's a lot of jobs that will be coming up available. So in about another week or so, check that out, and I'll post a reply and I'll pin it to the announcement, so you'll be able to see that it's been updated. The only other new thing with jobs is pay. The pay is going to be prorated for the entire year. That means, I'll give an example. If you get a job teaching, your pay is so much per month. Instead of paying you each month, we're going to pay you once the entire year's salary. So, it comes out to like, God, I don't have my notes either. It was like 200 galleons or something for the entire year of teaching. We'll go ahead and give that to you ahead of time. There's also going to be some requirements for you to spend some of that money on your lessons. So if you're a teacher, your pay will be 200 galleons for the year plus an additional 100 galleons for supplies. So it'll make you need to visit the shops more often. You'll need to be providing books, writing material, quills, ink, that sort of thing. If you're teaching potions or herbology, you'll need to buy the supplies for that. It's going to make it a little more involved. I think it'll be a little more fun, and it's just a little something different. We're looking for something to switch things up and make us fall in love with the site all over again, because I know everybody was getting real bored for a while there, and hopefully this will spark some new stuff going on.